there is no doubt that having good advisors is an advantage. However, we've decided as a nation that majority of the people who end up on the Council of State will be elected there. So we're not necessarily picking the smartest people, we're picking the most popular people. Is there really potential for an organization that is constituted in this manner, mostly, to be useful to the nation?
My views on the uselessness and the wastefulness and the needlessness of the Council of State are public. That is not to say I do not agree with my learned senior that it's a potentially very useful institution whose advice, though the Supreme Court says, is not binding on the president. They've been assigned several rules in the Constitution, particularly in respect of advising, in respect of appointments, the passage of and making of legislation, among a few other things, including when there is such an important issue of public interest that they feel that there's a need for a commission to be instituted to investigate the matter. The last time I checked, history reveals that they have failed woefully. They have been very abysmal. And I'm choosing my words, and I have pondered over them over the years, even where I have been urged to think and be restrained in how I consider them, including, of course, by the senior advocates, the learned Samokujeto, who taught me the law in the law school almost 20 years ago. I've read his own, biography, and I understand his travails and his sacrifices for this country and perhaps the independence and the freedoms we enjoy. But unfortunately, I have seen this institution rendered into a very, very wasteful, needless, useless one. If you look at the four who are to be appointed, and the four are the beginning of the provision where it tells you that a former Chief Justice, a former IGP, a former Chief of Defense Staff, when it gives you that list, the four of them, you get the impression that you are going to get a chamber of people of wisdom, learned people who have great history, who can assist us to avoid our mistakes. And don't misrepresent me. Chief Justices, former Chief Justices have been there. Chief Justices I have enormous respect for. Samokujeto himself, who has been there. The chair of the National House of Chiefs, who have been there. The four of them. It gives you a signal that the other 16, because we have 16 regions, those who are supposed to be appointed from each region, it gives you an impression that the other 16 to be appointed ought to be persons of such caliber. But we have seen frosted in that house. We have seen rogues in that house. We have seen thieves in that important chamber. Okay?